Well, let's get you going here, guys. Ben and Dan from Kick Charge Creative. A lot of you guys know Dan Antonelli and what he's done for some brands like Tommy Mello and everything. You guys are probably like me. You drive around and you look at every blue collar van and truck and you got opinions on them. And most of them are just so unmemorable, which creates a unique opportunity for the companies that really dial it in. So
And for a lot of people, some of that challenge comes with just not having a great foundation. So a lot of the things that we tend to see in terms of overspending on marketing is driven by the fact that it's not a great brand to start with, and it's not a brand that's memorable in the community. So you think about how brand affects booking rates, how it affects close rates, how it affects average tickets. So really what we try to do is just match up the amazing service that our clients provide with a brand that speaks to that homeowner and lets them feel like they're going to get an amazing experience. Brands that don't evoke a promise to the consumers. So meaning if I would verbally say the name of your company, I would think something about the experience that I might get. So that's the other piece of it too, is the better the brands, the less money you need to spend on marketing because it typically is something that can live rent free in someone's mind with fewer impressions. The general school of thought is maybe 16 to 20 impressions for someone to actually remember a brand name. But what if you could get that down to five? What would that mean for your business? How much less would you need to spend on marketing if five impressions left an impact in someone's mind? A lot of people just say, well, it's just a logo. And if you think it's just a logo, then you're sort of missing the point on all the other touch points that really integrate the brand and how it makes all those marketing channels work more effectively. It's north of 80%. It's like 84% of every home service purchase decision are initiated by women. And I'm like, guys, like, what does this say to Mrs. Jones? Is this what she wants coming to her home? She's already scared shitless about who's coming to her home. Why do I want to give her more anxiety about who's coming to her home?
we're trying to rebrand that. I hate that brand. It was called GWM. Like I literally can't even Google it sometimes. I just call it Windshield Company. It's the worst name. It's doing well despite it.
Yeah, I mean, last year alone, I think we renamed probably 75 to 100 home service companies that had last names, that had initials, or had other issues with their names. I can't think of a single instance for any one of those companies where they've actually gone backwards, where it's been a negative or it's something that has hurt them financially. Success in spite of a poor brand is not a valid reason to perpetuate it. Listen, take an honest look at what the brand that you have today. And if you can honestly say that the brand that you have today represents who you become, then keep it. And if it represents who you think you want to be in the future, then keep it. But if you feel like it actually does not represent the level of service that you currently provide, and more importantly, where you want to go in terms of a company, then that's typically the signal that maybe it makes sense to make a pivot or make a change.
And really, our goal in all of this, at the end of the day, is to help the home service businesses. That's always been the mantra at Kick Charge, doing what's right and trying to help the trades. And with the acquisition and now offering all the digital things that we do, we're just trying to provide one place to go for anything. We can do pay-per-click ads and LSA ads and email marketing and all those different things. And we're just trying to become a solution that no matter what you're looking for, and that foundation, as Dan said, starts with the brand. It really is night and day. And I can speak to this very personally because I used to work for a company that was a partner of Kick Charge when I wasn't at Kick Charge. And it was a digital agency, and we worked with Kick Charge as a partner. And it was so drastic, the change of what we could do and the successes of the campaigns when we worked with a Kick Charge brand versus a non-Kick Charge brand. So it really does affect, a solid brand is going to affect every other thing that you do.
Like I generally don't like to have too many bullets on it because I think that your name probably says enough as a standalone. Yeah, they're not going to leave you because you changed your logo. So typically you don't want to have the icon contain any part of the name. And for a paint company, I feel like it would be more ownable if it could have maybe a second color to make it more unique when you think about, deploying site signs and what the truck wrap looks like and things like that. But I look at this work and I'm like, holy shit, like this guy does like really high end stuff. And the logo just feels a little generic with sort of that swoosh thing. One of the other things too is we often see, especially as it relates to how much people are spending on marketing or needing to spend on marketing, when I hear guys are like, oh, you need to spend 11, 12% to grow, a lot of times, again, I'm like, well, maybe you could spend a lot less if the brand was doing everything it was supposed to be doing for you. I'm really excited, by the way, Kevin, to rebrand your window company. And if I
Yeah.
could remember the name of it, it would be amazing, but that's why we need to change the name of it. And when you see those companies, especially like you mentioned, that have ops dialed in, they've got the foundation done, then it's just like pouring gasoline on it. It's like, then you torch this thing. It's like we could blow this thing up. But no amount of branding is ever going to fix bad operations. It's actually going to make it worse. The interesting thing about rebrands in terms of what we see with owners is they have this renewed enthusiasm about their own company, and they really get a change of their mindset about how this brand now actually represents what they've built.
I'm probably like many of you guys. I started off with shitty trucks, shitty kind of everything. And I was just trying to save money. How do I put as much money in my pocket? And then when I changed that mindset, and man, it feels good pulling up in a new truck that's wrapped. And so do your employees feel like that too.